Tonight, live on the PageantCast, we have Saryna Ritter-Keddy. She's Ms. Illinois U.S. Continental. That's tonight, right now, on the PageantCast.
Welcome to the PageantCast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
I'm Skylar Ritty, Miss Wisconsin USA 2017, and you are watching the PageantCast, the internet's first podcast about beauty pageants. Let's welcome your host, Tim Kretschmann.
We are live. This is Tim Kretschmann with the PageantCast. So glad that you could join us tonight. I am reaching you live from the land of landfills and lakes, Muskego, Wisconsin. And in the green room waiting for us, it's actually more of a yellow. Anyway, we have the beautiful and lovely Saryna Ritter-Keddy, Ms. Illinois U.S. Continental. Hello, Saryna.
Hey, Tim. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be back on the show.
It's always great to have you. I have to admit, I have a little difficulty with the last name right now, because I've known you so long under the other name. And now you're married. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yep, 1 year next month. 1 year. 1
year. Wow, fantastic. And you still have that newlywed smile going on. So that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Where am I calling you tonight? It seems like every time I call you, you're at a hotel room. This is definitely a hotel room because there's 2 beds in there. So what's going on?
So today, Tim, I am in High Point, North Carolina. So for anybody that doesn't know exactly where High Point, North Carolina is, I'm right by Greensboro, North Carolina, which is about an hour and a half away from Raleigh.
Yes, and that's my favorite regional airport is Raleigh-Durham. I love that airport. I did back in the day when Joey Feaster was the director of North Carolina International. I flew in there, and I think we had the first year I emceed with her, it was in Raleigh, I want to say. Or no, it was in Greensboro. It was in Greensboro itself. And it was a great time. And of course, that was in the period when you were competing for other titles. Now you have an exciting new title of U.S. Continental. Now, wait a minute. This Ms. business, though, you're married. So what is the deal with Ms., Saryna?
Okay, so with this pageant system, they have a Ms. division, and then they also have a Mrs. division. So they give you an option of which one you'd like to participate in. And after talking to the national directors, we ended up going with the Ms. Illinois U.S. Continental title.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to embody that. The Ms. division for the U.S. Continental pageant, you can be married or not married. So they are welcoming to all.
Okay. Now, how long has U.S. Continental been around? It's been around a while, right?
Oh, yes. We have some very good friends that have competed in the U.S. Continental pageant. Absolutely, Tim. So the U.S. Continental pageant had their very first pageant. Their very first pageant was back in 1995.
Oh, my goodness. That's like 100 years ago.
I know.
Yes.
No.
But it is post Back to the Future. I base all of my timelines on 1985 and Back to the Future. So that would have been a small time jump. I don't know why I said that. Oh, yeah. Anyway, fantastic. Now, there's a lot of beauty pageants out there. You have a lot of experience. Well, actually, I should ask you about your pageantcedents. We haven't established that yet in today's show. Where's my button? There it is. So tell us about your pageantcedents or your past pageant experience.
So I've been in pageantry for the last 17 years as a competitor, coach, mentor, and as an assistant. So I've held many different titles and opportunities. I've done everything from local pageants to international pageants. I started with the USA system, and I did the county fair. I did Galaxy, International, MRI, America's Ultimate Queen, the Today's American Woman pageant, International Ms. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I truly enjoyed my pageant journey, and every time I've competed, I feel like I've gained something from it. I've met wonderful women from all over the world. I truly love being a part of pageantry and what I can bring to the table and what my sister queens bring, and just meeting wonderful people.
So what led you to this pageant, to U.S. Continental?
So this has been a really long time coming, to be honest with you. So back in 2000, I think 10, I'm pretty sure it's 2010, Laura Buman won. Really good friend of ours, actually.
Yes.
I love her. She is amazing. And she did this pageant. She came back from the pageant and she's going, Saryna, this pageant is for you. You have to do this.
Okay.
Now, I know a lot of people are going, okay, well, why did you wait so long to do this? I've been trying to do this pageant for so long, but just because of my career and what I do for a living, depending where I was at, it's very difficult sometimes to compete. And the stars aligned this year, and here I am. I get to finally compete in this pageant that I've been dying to compete in ever since Laura Buman won the title.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned your career. I can't let you go without asking you about that, because you have a career that our viewers find very interesting. What is it that you do, Saryna?
So I work for international fashion designer Mac Dougal. So if you don't know who Mac Dougal is, you can check us out at macdougal.com.
Hold on. Hold on. If you don't know who Mac Dougal is and you're watching the PageantCast, you need to spend a lot of time right now doing some research. Give that website again. I'm sorry, I was talking.
It's macduggal.com. We sell everything from pageant, prom, cocktail, social occasion, mother of the bride, couture, crossover bridal, cotillion, bar mitzvah, you name it. We've got it. We've got a little something for everybody. And we have the most amazing and beautiful plus size collection called Fabulous. So we truly have something for everybody. Sizes 0 to 30W.
Wow, fantastic. And of course, a lot of pageant ladies have been very successful in the gown.
Yes.
They not only look great, because there's in pageantry, there's a lot of beautiful women, a lot of beautiful gowns, but very successful designer at the national levels and the state levels, just a ton. And I'm not going to put you on the spot and say, okay, who are all these folks? But do your research, kids, and you're going to see one of the most successful gown designers at pageants for the last 20 years, something like that. It really has been McDougall. And, folks should also know that successful pageant ladies pick McDougall very often to compete in. And that's a very important point as well. So, okay, you're very in tune with pageants. What websites are you using to keep up with pageants and fashion and all that good stuff?
Well, come on, Tim. Everybody's on Instagram. One of the best resources out there right now is Instagram. Even if you just type in the hashtag pageant, all of a sudden you have something endless at your disposal. You can find literally anything from pageant hair, makeup, shoes, accessories, dresses, like Mac Dougal, of course. So that's probably one of my number one resources. Facebook is, again, right there. You type in pageant and just a whole slew of different things populate for you.
Now, you're very active on Instagram, and right now you have your personal and you have your title are both out there. So, and we'll have links to all sorts of stuff in the notes afterward. How do you use, because I'm asking you because I know you're a social media expert, how do you use Instagram to really up your game and promote your title? How do you do that, Saryna?
Honestly, it's staying active. So you have to constantly be posting. One of the things on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be, is stories now. So even if you don't have something immediate to post, posting something to your story. What are you doing? How are you being involved? What are you planning? Are you working out at the gym? Are you dieting, exercising? Did you just find a great pair of shoes that you're dying to compete in? You are putting a lot of yourself out there, but it's also keeping people engaged in what you're doing. So, and it's a beautiful resource to find sponsors and to do collaborations as well. So those are always things I'm looking to do, hook up with other people in the sense of, let's work together and, promote each other.
Now, when I first started messing around with Instagram, it was very easy. You just take a picture of the food that was in front of you,
yes.
and that was your feed, right? I mean, that's
yes.
what it was. Things have changed over time. So are there any Instagram don'ts that people shouldn't do when they're out there promoting their title?
Well, in different countries, there's definitely different rules and what things are acceptable. In the United States of America, it's definitely a lot more conservative. I know in other countries, especially overseas, girls can post a lot more, maybe boudoir photos or anything of that nature. In the United States, it's very important to keep your profile and all of your social media very clean. Make sure that you're portraying yourself. So whatever you're doing, make sure you're posting it. There's no reason to hide, just be yourself. But in Instagram and Facebook and how technology has just completely encompassed everything, it's important to be mindful of what you are sharing with the world and how you are sharing it. So sometimes, just really think about what you're sharing. And that usually comes with, everybody has a bad day. Just remember that there's brighter days ahead. So sometimes there's things that we should not post on social media.
I'll tell you as a guy that has a number of podcasts, as you know. One of them is a police and crime prevention one. Something I would suggest to people is if you're going to send out photos of your kids, keep that private. Keep that to like your friends and your family, people that, as I always say, people that you've breathed the same air with at least a few times, that you've been in the same room, because there are a lot of creepy people out there, and you don't want them getting very excited about your children in inappropriate ways. So, all right, that's a great lead into nothing. We can't talk about anything right now. Let's change the subject completely to something we all enjoy here, called Show and Tell. Yeah. Woo. Wait, hold on. I got a bell. There we go. All right. Show and tell. Saryna, what do you have today on Show and Tell?
So I brought something really important to me. I work with Marley's Angel Gowns and Marley's Ministries. I am their international spokesperson. I am now an official board member as well. And I'm so excited. I have taken over social media on Facebook to keep the positivity, the beautiful messages alive. So I decided to bring something from Marley's Ministries, which I represent. I am so excited to be part of this. So if you're not familiar, it's Marley's Ministries. You can find us online. You can find us at our website, marleysministries.org, and we're all over Facebook. And if you have any questions, you can always let me know. But what I brought was one of our packages. So this is something that we take to NICU units, and we deliver this. This is something that gets donated to the families, and it's just got helpful little things in here. It's got a preemie blanket. It's got a preemie hat. Now we are a Christian organization. We support absolutely everybody. So whether you're Christian or not, we're just here to be a helping hand. And we've got preemie diapers, wipes, just some, bare necessities. And then there's a couple things in here also for mom. It gets kind of boring. it's not boring. It's taxing. You're waiting and you're hoping and praying that your little one is okay. So we do have a couple things in here for mom. So there's some chapstick, there's a water bottle, there's a pen and paper, things to keep their mind off of everything going on with their preemie child. So this is what we donate, and we bring these all over the world. And I will be donating this weekend with my little nieces. I'm so excited. And we're going to be sharing the journey of Marley's Ministries together. And I'm going to be teaching them the importance of community service and what it means to be a preemie myself. And then they were also preemies. So we're doing a little family bonding time together.
Fantastic. Now, how do people get involved, Saryna, that want to help make some of these donations? Because I don't know, it seems like in recent years, there seems to be a lot more preemies going on. And I think it's because more and more of them are surviving, that the medical community has been able to help these young lads and lasses to make it to the rest of their life. And that's wonderful, but it is a very hard time for the parents. So how can we do something to help out and get some of those kits to mothers that really need them?
So we are always taking donations. We are a registered 501c3, which means we are a 100% nonprofit agency. And our goal and mission is to help as many people. So if you want to get involved, please, you can private message me, or you can go to our page, Marley's Ministries or Marley's Angel Gowns, and inquire about how you can help in your area. We did open another chapter in Tennessee that is also a nonprofit, and they are focusing on their local community. So what we are always looking for, the biggest thing is preemie diapers. And it has to be specifically preemie diapers. The regular diapers are just far too big for the preemie children. We're also looking for wipes, water bottles. We have people that donate homemade blankets. They knit hats. We are always looking for new or used wedding gowns. We take those gowns and then we transform them with people that donate their time and services of making them into burial gowns, which can be very, very sad, but it's important that each individual child gets to, it's important that they have something that they can wear as they're put to rest. Because back in the day, my little sister didn't make it. And back then there was nothing like this available. If you had a preemie and the preemie didn't make it, unfortunately things were a lot different. They don't do things like this now. So this is an amazing organization that is really trying to help comfort and be there for the families.
And of course, we're going to have that website link available with this show. If you watch it on YouTube or you watch it anywhere else, that link will be part of it. And of course, on PageantCast.com. Now, I'm going to change the subject because I could see you're getting a little emotional there. And I understand that happens every time I talk to you about that. So I was ready with my next question here. I need to ask you about, you are now a homeowner. Tell us all about that odyssey.
So last year, me and my husband were getting married, and that wasn't enough. We needed a home.
You wanted every type of stress available to you. So you went straight to that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So the week of our wedding, literally the week of our wedding, we found our dream house. So it was the week before, and we went to this house, and I'm going, yes, this is it. We have to have this. We put in an offer. They call us back 30 minutes later. Boom, you have it.
Oh my God.
And we're getting married in a week.
Many? Okay, at this point, how many? I'm a knob when it comes to these. At this point, how many homes had you gone through, and you found this? One. Okay, so now you're like, oh my God, I thought I was going to be doing this for months after we got married, and you find it. You put in your offer, and they somehow approved it.
Yep,
you're about to go down the aisle, and you get a house. Yeah. Oh my God. So what did you do? Party in the house then?
So,
move the reception. I got an empty house.
And And it was a whirlwind.
Okay.
Only a week. Our offer gets accepted, so we're trying to send in. We already have the ball rolling since we were pre-approved, so we are sending everything. Okay, what do you need? We're bringing in, whatever they need, any documentation. They're calling us. We need this. We need that. We're like, oh, we're trying to do wedding stuff. So on our honeymoon, we're laying on the beach in Jamaica, and we're like, oh, you need that tax document? No problem. Let me find that really quick on my phone and send it over to you. The beauty of technology.
Yes.
So we literally closed in 30 days.
Wow.
My husband had to go back on tour the day after we got back from our honeymoon.
Wow.
So I packed up our entire home with my parents and some very helpful friends. I had everything done. 125 boxes ready to be packed up and go to the new house. I had the furniture wrapped in plastic wrap. I was ready to go. So thank you to all of my friends that generously donated their time, energy, and backs. And we were able to move in just 2 days.
Saryna, you've always been good at packing. We know
Yes.
this. This is something that you were born to do. But that is a little bit, I'm sorry, that's a little crazy to do that while you're getting married. That's pretty nutso. I hope you had something like Evernote, or what is your favorite app for keeping stuff like that? Do you have a favorite app that you use to keep yourself organized?
Oh, as far as bills?
Anything.
Honestly, I have a very stringent day planner. Everything in my life, if I ever lost my day planner, I don't know what I would do. I live off of my day planner. It has absolutely every single thing I need to do, whether it's a bill, it's an appearance, it's my travel schedule. Everything is in my book. That book never leaves my side. It's actually right over there.
I don't
in my
know
neck.
if we brought this up before. Yeah, you didn't use it for show and tell, by the way. But anytime somebody tells me about their day planner or their day runner, I always ask the same question. Have you seen the movie Taking Care of Business with Jim Belushi?
Okay, who has not seen that movie?
That movie is the ultimate day planner. Charles Grodin loses his day planner and everything goes to hell. It is such an awesome movie. I call it the anti-Ferris Bueller. It's just a fantastic movie. If any of you that are watching, if you have a day planner, you need to watch that movie like right now. You have to do it. It's important.
Oh, yes.
This is very important for you. Okay. It is time for the mystery box. Do you remember the mystery box at all, Saryna?
Yes, I do remember the mystery box. Let's see what's in it this time.
Here it comes.
I'm so excited.
Here it comes. I don't know what is going on with my hair. Is getting messed up every time I turn around today. It's these headphones. It's the headphones. Your hair is like ridiculously beautiful, and mine is getting. Oh, look at that. Okay, here. This right here in an advertisement, this would be a cautionary tale. That's what it would be. It'd be like, don't be this guy, be her.
Don't say that.
Oh my God, yeah. It's like, what's wrong with this slob? So okay, let's get this out again. Here we go. The mystery box.
All right, mystery box.
There it
Mystery
is.
box.
Okay. Open it up and pull one out at random. Uh-oh. You're going to make some enemies. Here we go.
No, I not.
Here we go.
Right, I'm ready.
Do you have a favorite past title holder? Any system, anything? Who is your favorite past title holder? This is where I should have the Jeopardy music, but of course that would be against the rules because it's copyrighted and all that fun stuff. So, who is your favorite past title holder? I've given you enough time. Give me an
ever
answer.
In history.
Yes, I've given you enough time. Come on.
Okay. Sarah Basie is my all-time favorite title holder. I respect this woman. She won Mrs. International several years ago. I think 2000, it was 13 or 14.
Sounds
She's
right.
a burn survivor. She's a woman of integrity, high moral standard, beauty truly inside and out, and one of the most giving hearts I've ever met. I love, 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 and adore her. I have the utmost respect for that woman.
Fantastic. Now, we do have a bunch of people watching, but apparently none of them have a keyboard because none of them are in the chat right now. They're upsetting me. But if we do get any questions in the chat, we will throw them to you momentarily. So those of you that want to get your questions in, that's a keyboard and you type letters in it and it comes over here and I can look at it. And when I'm not trying to figure out what is going on with my hair during tonight's show. So, okay. Your favorite phase of competition. What do you most look forward to when you go into a pageant?
Honestly, I would say it's probably a tie at this point. Since I do work for an evening gown designer, I'm always surrounded by just the beauty and, the construction and absolutely everything that goes into it. So doing what I do for a living and truly understanding, everything that is behind not only the beautiful woman that's in the gown, but the integrity of the dress and the structure and the material and everything. I love seeing women display their personalities, myself included. But I love interview. It's my opportunity to show the judges who I am as a person, what I bring to the table as a title holder, and what I'm ready to do. So I would say it's a tie, mainly because I work in the dress business. So for me, it's very near and dear, but I love the interview aspect. I love not only for them to get to know me, but for me to possibly get to know them a little bit as well. So.
All right. Okay, let's, one of the questions I like to ask sometimes is, what is your favorite movie? What is the movie that you pop in time and time again to watch, other than Taking Care of Business, which we know is just a fantastic movie? Or do you have any movies you'd like to recommend to anybody?
As far as I honestly, in my spare time, I love Disney movies. I find myself watching a lot of them. They're just really sweet. They're funny, especially anything that's by Pixar. Who doesn't love Toy Story? If you need a good laugh, those are always super fun. But I enjoy pretty much anything. I like everything from comedy to horror to science fiction. So it kind of just depends what I'm in the mood for. But I would say probably my all-time favorite movie, The Fast and the Furious, if I'm feeling sassy.
The first one?
The first one, come on.
Really?
In it. It's fun. I don't know. I think it draws me back to when I was younger, and I remember leaving the movie theater, and everyone's driving like crazy, and I think it just brings me back to my childhood. But then there's Rocky, and then there's the Terminator movies. Like I said, then there's the Disney movies. I'm kind of all over the place. I appreciate and love all the different fun genres. So kind of just depends.
Good for you. I actually just found a really good documentary the other night. I watched that one on the Fire Festival.
Oh, okay.
That was you being involved in like events and that sort of thing. Wow, that's a movie. That's very interesting. In fact, the next one I have is also a documentary that's on my queue. It's called, I think it's Life Animated, and it's about an autistic child that somebody starts talking to him as Iago the parrot from Aladdin with like a puppet or something, and he starts coming out of his shell as an autistic child. So I can't wait to watch it. I think it's called Life Animated or something like that.
Okay, yes.
So that's my next big movie. Now, you are getting, in the chat room, we're getting a suggestion of what your favorite movie is supposed to be.
Okay, who's making the suggestion?
Huh?
Who's making the suggestion?
Well, first we have to press this little button here and go to the chat room. There we go. Questions from the chat room. Let's see if it loads. There it goes. And it would be someone by the name of Alexis Ritter.
My sister.
Oh, and she suggests Death Becomes Her.
Okay, when we were kids, we literally watched this movie, I think, every single day. This, The Little Mermaid, and Drop Dead Fred. So if you want to talk about like childhood, like actual childhood favorite movies, it would be The Little Mermaid, it would be Death Becomes Her, and Drop Dead Fred. We could
Drop
not stop
Dead
watching
Fred,
this.
really? That's one
Drop
of my
Dead
brothers.
Fred, we loved. It was so funny.
Yes, my brother, he had that thing on like a loop. I think I had purchased that, or he had, when Farmore went out of business. Okay, that's how specific I am with that.
Oh, wow.
And I think we destroyed that tape. I think he has it on DVD now because he pops it in every so often. We had some other movies that we watched growing up. Of course, we had TBS, so Beastmaster was always on.
Okay.
Summer School was one we watched a ridiculous amount of times. I, of course, with TBS, I also would watch Jaws every time I was on, and I can't look away. It could be 10 minutes from the beginning or 10 minutes from the end. I'm there. It doesn't matter for me, and ended up getting to interview the guy that wrote the screenplay. So it's been kind of a journey.
That's awesome.
But it's fun how certain movies really become part of your childhood. The one that always blows me away is a movie by the name of Inner Space. Have you seen that film?
I don't think so.
That is such a shame because some of the movies you named, I know this is a movie you would love. It's from 1987 with Martin Short.
Oh,
And
I love Martin Short. He's so funny.
A very young Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. This is the movie where they got together, was because of this movie. Directed by the guy that did Gremlins. And I always call it
love that movie.
I call it like the other Back to the Future of the 80s. What happens is Dennis Quaid is like a naval aviator. He's kind of a screw up, so he's involved in an experiment where he's going to go into a submarine and be shrunk into the bloodstream of a rabbit, kind of like the old movie Fantastic Voyage.
Yes.
By mistake, he's injected into Martin Short, who is the world's biggest hypochondriac. And he starts talking to him and stuff. He thinks he's possessed. All sorts of crazy hijinks for 2 hours. Just constant movement, constant action. Funny. It's got everything. Anybody that's watching, that's one of my top movies. And for some reason, that movie did not make a ton of money. It sounds like a surefire hit. It didn't make a ton of money, but it did get an Oscar for visual effects. It's awesome. And you learn all about the human body and blood. So, all right. Fantastic.
However, I do want to mention,
yes,
as far as recent movies,
yeah,
whenever I think of like a favorite movie, I usually think of something that's a little bit older from my childhood. But if I want to talk about recent movies, A Star is Born and The Bohemian Rhapsody, I cried my eyes out for both movies. I love them. I'm happy. I'm singing along. I was probably the worst person in the movie theater ever, cheering and crying, and I was just having a time.
Isn't that wonderful when a movie connects with you? I will admit Bohemian Rhapsody left me a little cold. The movie that did that for me this year was, and I always call it wrong, Crazy Rich Asians. I usually call it Crazy Hot Asians. But that movie, I was just, from the first second that it came on, I was like, I'm in. Bohemian Rhapsody, my issue with that movie is, for a movie about Queen, there's not enough music in it. It's like the last 25 minutes, yeah, they do the entire concert, but I still, and by the way, anybody that loves that movie, go on YouTube. That entire concert, the real concert, is out there, and it's better than in the movie. I'm sorry, it's the original, and it's awesome. So check it out. I remember actually seeing, here's my old man Tim speech. I remember seeing that live, and I skipped through it. I actually did not watch the whole thing. I don't know.
Tim, I'm so disappointed. It's such a beautiful movie. Plus, it won this year. I mean, the guy that was the main character that embodied Freddie Mercury.
He won that, but Green Book won Picture, and I think Green Book really deserved it. That
Oh,
is a
it
great
was
movie.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great movie. But a lot of great movies this year. Unfortunately, my movie pass gave out in September, just before all
Oh,
the Oscar movies. Yeah, it was very upsetting. I
I'd be
yelled.
upset too.
Yeah, it was very upsetting. Anyway, okay. Any last things that you'd like to tell us about your pageant? Since I went way off into movie land, which is something.
Hey, well, who doesn't like a good movie, right?
Right,
So,
right.
for anybody out there that doesn't know, me and Tim have known each other, I think, 12 years. We were actually talking about this before the show. So we go way, way back. Tim's really got to see me grow up in pageantry and everything that I've done over the years. I just really want anybody out there watching to know that, hey, this is me. This is as real as it gets. I know a lot of people, they don't get to know you through Instagram or Facebook, and they're always wondering, I wonder what that person is really like. This is it. What you see is what you get. I'm real. I am normal. I am fun. I am down to earth. And I'm really, really excited that I get to finally take this pageant journey. And I really want to give a big shout out to Laura Buman because, she is the one that introduced me to this pageant. And I'm so excited that I finally get to do this. And I'm so excited that the timing just worked out perfect. It feels like things are just aligning and it's just happening. And if anybody out there has any questions and wants to know more about the pageant, please message me. I'd be happy to answer them for you. If you have any questions regarding Marley's Ministries and how you can get involved or more about what I would do, I would love to share my story with you. I would love to share what I do. And I wanted to share just one last thing about my job. Everybody always asks about my job. Everybody does. So they're going, well, what exactly do you do at MacDougall? So I wear several hats at MacDougall, which can be really, really fun. And it keeps my job really exciting. So I travel all over the country for my job, and I show our collection, so our spring and our fall lines. So I'm our executive regional sales director for the East Coast. I also do our fashion merchandising with the rest of our team in-house that does that. So I sit right with Mac, and we go through every single piece that's going to be put on our collection. I also help with our celebrity styling. So all those beautiful celebrities out there seeing, rocking beautiful MacDougall dresses or cocktails, whatever it may be, I may have played a small part in that. So so it's always really, really fun to see who's wearing us and how excited they are. But I just want everybody to know out there, I am very, very thankful for everybody that stuck by my side all these years. Hey, competing for 17 years, it's a long journey, and it really takes a tribe. And I also want to send a big thank you to my Rhinestone Warrior sister queens out there. I appreciate your love and support. And I want to thank my family and friends that tuned in this evening. And please, this will be live. And if you want to share it with anybody else, please do so. We want to get the news out about the U.S. Continental Pageant, Marley's Ministries, and just have a wonderful time. Oh, and the pageant is next month. We didn't even mention that. The pageant is next month. So,
well, thanks for stealing my next question.
Oh, I read your mind. I just knew it.
You're kind of getting me angry here. You read my mind, and then you just blurt it out. What am I thinking right now? You better not blurt that one out. Yes, it's coming May 24th, 25th, and 26th, if memory serves, or
yes.
A banner over there tells me, in Palm Beach, Florida. So you're all ready to go, I'm sure. You don't let anything go to chance. The big question everybody has is, how are you going to sneak everything that you have packed down there? Or are you sending it all separately beforehand?
Tim, like you said earlier in the broadcast, I'm a master packer. I really have gotten good when it comes to packing. I've been traveling on the road since March 31st, and I don't fly home until next Friday. That's a long time to be on the road traveling, so you just got to be really, really smart about what you're doing. Now, when it comes to the pageant stuff, you just have to be smart about your wardrobe. So packing is key. Making a checklist is absolutely key. So I've had a checklist since last year. Pretty much everything I think I would need to do, just the general, the basics, make sure we don't forget any of those things. But the pageant will be live streamed on Facebook. So
Really?
to check out the live stream, you just have to go to the U.S. Continental pageant page on Facebook, and they will be streaming it live on pageant night. So the entire pageant will take place. There's no preliminaries. It's just one night. It will be at 6 p.m. And then I'll be able to post more information as it becomes available, and I'll make sure to share the link. So if you guys have any questions at all, please send them my way or send them Tim's way. I would love to answer them. And like I said, if you want to get involved, message me. I'd be happy to pass the information along.
And we'll have tons of links for people to check out.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
As part of this show.
Yes. Well, Tim,
I felt like you wanted to say something. What do you want to say here?
Okay. So you should tell all of the viewers out there something about you. I mean, you are the hostess with the mostest right now. Just saying. How long have you been doing PageantCast now? How many years?
Wait a minute. I'm the interviewer. We've all agreed to this. I'm the interviewer. I ask questions. You answer them. That's how it works. Just so you know. You seem a little confused today. You can tell we've known each other a long time. She's trying
we've
to
known
pull
each other
stuff
a long time.
2005. Started in 2005. And we were audio for the longest time and live and all sorts of fun stuff over the years. And I think you've been involved in almost every single iteration. I know I interviewed you as international a few times.
Yep. I would really have to think when was the first time. I don't know.
I think it was a Galaxy pageant. I think
maybe it was Galaxy. And
I'm not sure though.
I did come to your studio many years ago. Yes. Me and Stephanie came up there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a long road.
It's been a long time. Long time.
Fantastic.
But for those of you that don't know, Tim was the very first person to have an online pageant podcast.
Yes.
So ladies, he is the original.
Thank you. And the most curmudgeonly. So I find myself getting more and more old man. Get off my lawn. But it has been a lot of fun. I've made a lot of great friends. You included, of course. Okay, it is time for the part of this that everybody is excited about. And that, of course, is to see your best pageant wave. So I need to see your best pageant wave. Here, we'll get you the full screen effect there. Let's see. That's an Egyptian. You just pretended to be an Egyptian. That is
I was getting ready. I'm practicing.
Okay, you're warming up. It is important, everybody, that you warm up. Otherwise, you could pull something. So
yes, stretching is key.
Yeah, all right. So after your warm up, I'll let you warm up here. Now, okay. Yes, okay. It's time for your pageant wave. I will set the stage. You are in the back of a convertible. Unfortunately, it's a Jeep Cherokee this time.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to have to lift those arms a little bit more than sometimes. And you're going to be waving on both sides of the vehicle. Both sides. It is key. So let's see. Sock it to me.
So we'll wave to this side.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Okay.
And we're going to wave to this side. You see that, Tim? I use both arms.
That's the window wash. She was doing the window wash, everybody. Because if there was a window up there, it'd be perfectly clean right now.
Yes.
Fantastic. You don't do this elbow. You're not doing this one. I've been seeing a lot of lately.
Oh yeah,
which looks like you're squeezing one of those stress ball type things. And I'm like, that's not a good look. I know there's a lot of ladies that go, oh, well, I don't get carpal tunnel. And I'm like, I don't get carpal tunnel either. And this is my wave. I go like this.
That's your pageant wave?
My pageant wave is a salute. There you go. Yep. It's not a military salute. That would be far more fun. It's just a, hey, how you doing? I don't think it's appreciated. I'll be honest. I don't think it's appreciated when I do that at pageants. They're like, who is this schmuck? And
No.
I do that a lot, that I'm being accused of being a schmuck, But fantastic. It is so good to get to talk to you again. It's always wonderful to talk to you.
Oh, yes.
You have 1 month, and then you're going for the nationals, and we're all certain you're going to do great at nationals, and we wish you the best of luck. All right. So it is that time where we need to say good night. Want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. And our one participant in the chat. Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you, Lexi, my wonderful sister.
Thank you so much. Everybody else is going to tell you later. Well, I was thinking about,
I know. What a bunch of scaredy cats. I love all of you guys. Come on.
So anyway, well, we do this on YouTube, and Facebook is where it's at. But let me tell you, I've done live Facebook. It's good for if you have a phone, but if you want to put, fancy graphics up and stuff, it doesn't work. So I like fancy graphics because I like you. I like the bling, and we got right now we have Tiara Dreams going off and little lights and everything up there. Yeah, we have to have that. That's key and crucial. We all know that. Okay, so until next time, everybody, let's say this together, Saryna. Tiara Dreams. 1, 2, 3. Tiara Dreams.
Tiara Dreams.
All right.
That's my other wave.
Saryna, we have 20 seconds if you have anything you want to say to the viewers before we go.